held in place with a few spots of welding. The frames are then passed on to the master welders for the real deal. So far, so good with the frames. But one part of the bike takes even more punishment than the frame: the wheels.
It's really important to have a good wheel on a bike. It needs to be able to be straight and strong. For obvious reasons, you don't want a wheel falling apart.
Mountain bikes in particular need exceptionally strong wheels, and here they claim to make the strongest in the world. To make the sturdiest mountain bike wheel involves surprisingly delicate components and nimble fingers. Lacing the wheel's support structure, the spokes, is a job exclusively performed here by women. The key to the wheel's strength is not heavy metal, but rather achieving a perfect balance between the tensions in each fine steel spoke. This requires 3 machines. The first holds the wheel in a horizontal position and tightens the spoke's screws. The second machine relieves any unequal tensions. And the wheels then roll down to the third machine, which checks that the tensions are now balanced. Finally, each wheel is checked by eye to make sure it spins true. Elsewhere in the factory, the other parts of the bike are added to the frame. And again, it's too fiddly for robots. The pedals are attached. The chain links are joined together. The grips are eased on. Finally, the bike is complete.
Well, amazingly enough, a bike comes off the assembly line here every 2 to 3 minutes.
So, for all the new technology which goes into making modern racing or mountain bikes, they still have much in common with their predecessors. It still takes a human to pump those pedals, and it still takes the skill and dexterity of craftsmen and women to make a bike. Behind the ordinary things that surround us in our daily lives are miraculous advances in engineering which we rarely get to see. Ingenious solutions to problems most of us never knew existed. Since this program began, another 1.2 meters of tunnel have been gouged out in Spain. 25 million cups of tea have been drunk worldwide, and another 285 bikes have been built in Taiwan. Even the most ordinary objects have an extraordinary story to tell. We only have to watch and listen. Behind the ordinary objects that surround us in our everyday lives lies something extraordinary. Incredible stories of ingenious solutions to problems most of us never knew existed. So what mysteries are concealed in everyday things we take for granted? Combines, lifeboats, sweets. Behind the ordinary is the extraordinary. Now revealed as we go behind the scenes, inside the machines to find out, how do they do it? Southern Australia. This is big country, with big farms. Harvest time here involves lots of people, men, women and children, working every day from dawn to sunset to bring in the crop. At least it used to. Now it takes one man and a very special machine, the combine harvester.
They are a dangerous machine. If treated with no respect, they can kill someone. No trouble at all.
There are more humans than ever on the planet, and yet the world has never been better fed. That's thanks to a revolution in agricultural techniques, which has allowed modern farms to produce more food more efficiently than ever before. At the heart of that revolution is one extraordinary machine. It's called a combine because this monster carries out 6 major operations all at once. It's a cross-country vehicle, it's a mechanical scythe, it's a threshing machine, it cleans the grain, it fertilizes the land, and in the end, it delivers the grain too. It's as if Inspector Gadget retired to the country and took up farming. So, how do they do it? Our journey takes us to Randers in Denmark, a long way from the vast fertile plains of southern Australia. Here, the AGCO factory has been making combines since 1894. It's not like a car plant. You won't find long lines of robots. Combines are produced in much smaller numbers, and as a result, the process is far more labor-intensive. Each of these 16-ton giants is made up of 3,265 parts, almost all of which are assembled by hand. It might seem like a daunting task, so many mechanical functions and parts, so many things to forget and get wrong. But these guys have a way of doing it. They treat it like yet another famous Danish product, Lego.
Before you start building a part in a combine, you put all the pieces that you need for a certain part in the combine on a truss, and once you assemble all your stuff, everything should be used. If you have one left over, you might have one very angry farmer or one big problem, so make sure that everything is used.
It takes skilled craftsmen 5 days to build the harvester, and over that time the machine gradually grows to a height of 4 meters and a weight of 15,000 kilos. As the combine gradually takes shape, each of its various mechanical functions is tested. Bit by bit, the machine comes alive. These spiked tables, for example, help to clean the grain once it's been separated from the straw. The computer controls the nodules and operates a fan which divides the wheat from the straw. These 102 rotating blades will attack the remaining straw. They're razor sharp and deliver almost 600 cutting strokes a minute. The combine must operate in all kinds of difficult conditions, including fields which are on a steep incline. And this is the solution, a microchip combined with a spirit level. So how does it work? We decided to find out with a hot cup of coffee and a concrete ramp. As the wheels climb the slope, the chip ensures the cab stays level. The farmer's coffee is safe. Back inside the factory, the combine is nearing completion. Time for the gigantic wheels to be fitted. And now the ultimate off-roader is ready to leave the factory. The combine can do so many things. Sadly, going fast isn't one of them. This slow coach has a top speed of just 40 kilometers per hour. It's going to be a long journey, and not just for the combine. Meanwhile, back in its natural habitat, this combine harvester is ready to be put through its paces. The purpose of the long rotary blades at the front, of course, is to cut down the stems of wheat. But then it's got to collect the wheat. So behind the blades sit 2 conveyor belts which feed the cut wheat into the mouth of the machine. As the wheat is swallowed, it's chewed by a spiral grinder or auger. Once in the stomach of the harvester, the heads of wheat are separated from the straw. The combine then spews out the straw along the full width of the cutting blade. As the straw rots, it will return nutrients to the soil in the field. The grain, meanwhile, is pushed up out of the machine into a storage compartment. And when it's full, the combine's long delivery arm swings into action. The harvester pulls up to a grain lorry and releases its load. The arm pumps out grain at a rate of 100 litres a second. In just 2 minutes, the entire tankful, 8,000 kilograms, will be unloaded. That's enough grain to make 14,000 loaves of bread, 50,000 portions of pasta, or over 140,000 pints of beer. Combines don't just harvest wheat.